Hey everybody, it's Ansel again, and we are finally back. Today's gonna be a super chill build, no crazy in-depth review, just a look at how I built this beautiful Tiramisuit, a special edition Mr. Suit. But anyways, before we get into it, let's take a look at our sponsor for today, PCBWay. PCBWay is your one-stop shop for your keyboard prototyping needs and your PCB prototyping needs as well. PCBWay is honestly great. They have been so easy to work with and they deliver incredibly quickly. They have a great and easy to use interface that I think even beginners will be able to use pretty easily, or maybe with just a little bit of guidance. But even then, if it is still too hard for you to understand, PCBWay is actually allowing community members to help others learn how to use this website and how to learn the basics of PCB fabrication and design. So head over to PCBWay today for your PCB prototyping needs. So starting off with the packaging, beautiful. I'm not like the biggest fan of crazy packaging, but I do appreciate it when it is very nice. So I ordered a couple of extra parts. It comes with a hot swap PCB, a solder PCB, an aluminum plate that comes with its stock, and a PC plate. And before we go on, like, look at this PCB. The amount of flex cuts and how flexy it gets. Oh my god, it's ridiculous. But moving on, let's take a look at the board. Jeez, it's beautiful. That weight and engraving, oh god, it's so good. I know that it's just a regular Mr. Suit, but these little final touches and the beautiful cream color is just absolutely amazing, and thank you John and Owl Labs for doing such a great job with this. So getting into the build. Initially, I built it with all the foams and some SP Meteor stars, as well as some stabies. It does come with owl stabs, but I really wanted to try some stabies. And honestly, I kind of like this combo. The PE foam gives it that signature pop, but it sounds a little less poppy than the typical Jelly Epoch would. But even without that, honestly, I really do like it. And I did build it with a couple other configurations without the foam, no PE foam, different switches, different plates. And honestly, I think this board sounds pretty good even without the foam. I know it's intended, but my preferred configuration, I genuinely think that it will appeal to a lot of people regardless. So about the aluminum plate, this is what it comes with stock, and my god, it's beautiful. Look at that beautiful, I guess it's like a bronze copper color. It's so nice. And surprisingly enough, it feels pretty bouncy. I know aluminum is typically stiffer than that, but I love the way it feels, even compared to the PC. I mean, I think I prefer the PC, but the aluminum does have a much richer sound, much fuller, and I think it feels bouncy enough. I know for a fact that I'm getting a lot more vibration transfer with the aluminum, and maybe that's why I like it more, but hard to say for sure. Now, in regards to assembly, this board is actually pretty easy to build, and it uses the gasket socks, which is just like a way easier version of your typical gasket implementation. So thank you Cyber and Owl Labs for continuing to innovate on how we implement these different mounting styles. And I really like it. It's just so easy to do, and it works really, really well. In regards to the screw types, I don't know if you guys watch my Jelly Epoch or you know how that board is assembled. There's like 3 different screw types and all in really weird places. Not exactly beginner friendly. Now, I'm not going to say that this board is a walk in the park to assemble to begin with, but honestly, having to use only one screw type makes it 100 times easier to assemble than the Jelly Epoch, I swear. Alright, now that the board is assembled, let's take a look at the keycaps we're going to use. We're going to be using PBT Doggy. This set is beautiful and goes perfectly with the board. It's manufactured by IFK and you can get it at Keeps for All. I'll leave a link in the description below, but my god, it's a good set. I'm not sure how I feel about the sound, but aesthetics wise, the legends, the texture, the vibrancy of the colors, it's just a really good set for the money. It just sounds a little bit plasticky, but honestly, I can get over that pretty easily. Finally, let's take a look at the Artisan. Of course, this board is themed after GMK Tiramisu, so it was only fitting that it had a Tiramisu Artisan, and my god, it is gorgeous. I love it. And boom, that's how the board looks. It is such a good looking board. Now, I will be showcasing a few sound tests here, my favorite configurations plus the PE foam, but I will leave a link in the description below with a full sound test with so many different configurations that you can take a look at, just in case you were curious. But yeah, here's the sound test. Okay, so what do I think about the board overall? I think it is so good. Now, admittedly, it's not as good without the PE foam. I do like the sound, but it's just a bit too muted for me. However, I still think it stands on its own without the PE foam, and I think many people will like it if they don't like how PE foam sounds. Now, in regards to feel, I love that so much. It's so bouncy, even with the aluminum plate. I think I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, it's fantastic. But if you like a stiff typing experience, I don't think you're gonna like this board at all. Finally, aesthetics. Do I even need to talk about it? I mean, look at it. It's a gorgeous board. And finally, the value. It's expensive. If you want this board, you're gonna know you're gonna like it, and you're gonna know that you want to spend that money on it. It's not cheap. I think I paid like $560 for it after shipping with all the extras, so not the most expensive board, but definitely very pricey for people who are new to the hobby. Regardless, I can still recommend it. I still think it's a fantastic board if you're into how it feels and how it sounds. And that's the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all hanging in there. We're almost at 2K subs. Thank you so much. I genuinely can't believe it. I can still remember the time that I was freaking out over getting 100 subs and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. And now we're at 20 times that. You guys are insane. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Great job, Syra, John, Owl Labs for this board. It's fantastic. But yeah, hope you guys liked the video. Hope to see you next time, and I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.